Hey everybody, it's J-Man105 coming at you with another CCG related video, and today I want to talk about an expansion from the Star Trek CCG, that being Blaze of Glory from 1999. And the reason I want to talk about this is because Blaze of Glory has been a bone of contention in the Star Trek CCG among players since it came out, and that was because it changed the battle mechanic of the game. And if you've been playing as long as I have, since the beginning in 1994, you remember that the original battle mechanic, which a lot of us still know and love, was to calculate the weapons and shields of your ship versus the enemy ship attacking you, and you would either turn the card to a certain extent to denote a hit, a direct hit, or if the ship was destroyed, it would be removed from the game right away. When Blaze of Glory came out, and as a side note, this is an example of Decipher fixing something that was not really broken, mainly because there was always a small group of players that were unhappy with something, and in my humble opinion, this was an unnecessary change. Yes, the expansion did give the Romulans and the Klingons some better cards to work with, and there were some great event cards and other equipment, but the battle mechanic that was introduced in this game, in this expansion for the game rather, slowed the game down. How it works is that you can have a side deck using the battle bridge door, which is a new doorway of up to 32 cards that were all tactics, which are these cards. And the purpose of the tactics were to inflict certain types of damage and greater expand on the damage in the game. So for example, I'll give you a quick overview of some of the cards. You have Quantum Torpedo, attack bonus +1 if you have a Sovereign class ship firing. Hit, you turn the ship twice. Direct hit 4 times, cards out of the game. Minor damage, weapons -2, shields -2, hull down to 15%. So now you are monitoring hull damage and other problems that the battle was causing. So instead of just a quick calculation and going like that, you now had to contend with damage to your ship, random crew members dying, and other problems involved in the game. So in this case, on this card, the additional lore was sensors offline. Crew cannot attempt space missions. So now on a direct hit, your crew's stuck on the ship. They can't attempt the missions. Your ship can't go anywhere. The Riker remover requires ship at a nebula firing. Attack bonus +3 if William T. Riker is aboard. So the lore on this card: Plasma Containment Rupture. Opponent may immediately download Plasma Fire to the ship. So it brings out an additional event card. Range -2, weapons -2, shields -2, hull -30. Getting into the harming of the crew. So tactic, Breen Disruptor Burst. Attack bonus +2 if you have a Breen ship firing. The lore is casualties, randomly kills 1 personnel if it's on a station, which is nor 1 personnel at site of opponent's choice. That sucks. Another reason to hate site cards. Anyways, range -2, weapons -2, shields -2, hull -35%. And of course, you lose a personnel. Not fun. Now, I know what someone's going to say. In the old battle mechanic, or the one that I still use, if you were victim of a direct hit from a way too powerful ship, you'd lose all of your crew on that ship. But that was what you accepted when you played the game. You didn't have to worry about random deaths or random damage. You didn't have to worry about all these little things extra in the game. As you can see, like Bajoran Phaser Banks randomly kills 1 personnel. Target weapons, weapons enhancements offline, weapons -2. So if you're using any cards that enhance your weapons, they're immediately offline and rendered useless for the time being. Photon Torpedo, tactical panel overload, randomly kills 1 security or computer skill person. Obviously, because like in the show, conduits and the panels are made of rocks, so yeah, death by rocks. Target engines, range enhancements offline. So if you have any cards out that double the range or enhance the range, obviously. And another card, Phaser Banks, deals with randomly kills 1 personnel. You also have other tactic cards that do other kind of damage, or they're specifically suited to an affiliation or a ship. I've actually played against someone who had a full nasty battle bridge deck, and he kept using the ones that targeted my shields. I'm someone that likes to use The cards, Metaphasic Shields, Nutational Shields, and Captain's Log in certain decks, those were all useless. I'm not so much complaining about the tactic cards themselves as I am that the battle mechanic introduced in Blaze of Glory, not only was it a completely new rule set that you had to learn and get used to, that took some getting used to. My play group at the time, when this came out, we actually tried it for several games and we got annoyed with it because it drastically slowed down the game. And this goes to what I was saying about sight cards when you're using stations. Blaze of Glory, in combination with sight cards, slowed the game down so badly that we actually got really annoyed with it. It would tack on an extra half hour to 45 minutes. So we would not use the Battle Bridge side deck, or we had a house rule that your Battle Bridge side deck, instead of being 32 cards, it would be 10 or less, just to keep it simple. And even then it was a pain. So, the old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. This was why the game started having a lot of problems 1999, 2000, and forwards, because Decipher tried to appease small groups of malcontents by changing the rules drastically and introducing new things for the game that it didn't need, i.e. this whole expansion. Again, there were some good cards in the expansion in terms of Klingon Romulans, events, equipment cards that were sorely needed, but the tactic cards and the new side deck, especially when you already have your Q's Tent side deck, or you're using the storage pod from Alternate Universe, Zalconian storage pod. Oh, yeah. Anyways, that's all for today. I'd love to hear everyone's opinions on the Battle Bridge side deck and Blaze of Glory in the comments below. If you haven't already, please join the Dragon's Reach for more TCG content. Have a great day, everybody.